basic information out of the way first.
Okay.
Spell your whole name for me.
Jose Escalera. Yes. 10-12 76.
Your address.
2613 Southwest Cactus.
Cactus.
Yeah.
PSO.
Yes.
What's up, obviously you work at Waste Pro, right?
Yes, sir.
How long you been there?
I just started back. I want to say like 2 months.
Where'd you work before that?
Room so I was a driver for independent delivery service.
So you were the driver of one of those trucks?
Yes, sir.
But a contractor, right?
Yeah, for a contractor.
Who'd you work for?
Ricardo Rivera.
So you got a nickname?
Peachy.
Anybody else?
Honestly. And Bradley, that used to be my helper.
Bradley. What's Bradley's name?
Bradley Rodriguez.
Okay, do you do anything in your spare time to like, what's your hobby?
Ride motorcycle.
Motorcycles? What kind of motorcycle?
Ride Jigsaw 1000.
Street bikes?
Yeah.
Street bikes. You work on them yourself? Or?
Yeah. I don't ever like to touch them. Unless it's motor work, then I bring it somewhere else.
Electrical and everything?
Huh?
Electrical and everything?
Depending what it is.
You ever hook up other people's bikes?
Yeah, it's been a long time though. It's been a while since I've done it.
All right, so are you friends with Bradley?
Yeah, they look up to me. I'm like an uncle to them.
Do you have a nickname?
Who?
You.
Joselito?
Joselito? That's you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you and Bradley friends, you still stay in touch with Peachy too?
Yeah. I seen them Friday that just passed at the gas station.
Yes. Okay. Did you know a Tania?
Yeah, Bradley's girl?
Yeah. How'd you know Tania?
Well, he was the one that introduced her to us when we started coming back around.
You guys hang out after work or anything? No, he
When he did his own thing, I never hung out with him like that. Kids are hard-headed. And we just worked after work. And the ways went out home.
So how'd you meet Tania?
Through Bradley.
Through Bradley?
Yeah.
Where'd you meet her at?
They came over our house in an apartment that me and my wife used to live. Right here in St. Lucie, West Virginia. We had a Christmas.
When you hear that sound, it's because they're taking another sidebar. They don't want the jury to hear anything that they're discussing. So we're going to take the opportunity to take a short break. When we come back, of course, you don't want to miss. This is the defendant in his own words during that police interview. We'll take you back for more of the pregnant mistress murder trial up next.
Young mother found brutally murdered.
Now the victim's boyfriend, a married father of 4,
Is charged for the murder of his alleged mistress and her unborn child.
The pregnant mistress murder trial. Live coverage today, only on Court TV.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, a married father of 4 faces the death penalty, accused of the unthinkable. We're diving deeper as the pregnant mistress murder trial gets underway.
Closing Arguments tonight at 8/7 Central, only on Court TV.
Back now to Florida, where a jury is hearing day one of testimony in the pregnant mistress murder trial.
Defendant Jose Soto-Escalera is accused of murdering his 23-year-old pregnant mistress after she allegedly refused to get an abortion.
Now, prosecutors say that Tania Wise was also threatening to tell Soto-Escalera's wife about their relationship when she was killed back in 2018.
Let's get you back into court now. The jury is continuing to watch the defendant's police interrogation video.
Bradley's mom?
Yeah. Wanda.
Trying to say her real name, I couldn't get it out.
Yeah, it's Romanita or something.
Romanita,
Some crazy crap. I can never pronounce it either.
Did you ever keep in touch with Tanya?
No, sir.
No?
The only time we talked was when her son came over our house, because I have a 9-year-old, and she used to drop him off, and he used to stay with us for the weekend. That was the only...
So you would watch her kids sometimes?
Yeah, because he'd come hang out with my son, so, you know, we'd take him for the weekend, and then she would come back and pick him up.
You remember her son's name?
Jamar.
So you just watch him every weekend, once in a while, or?
It went, in the beginning, she was bringing him, and then it just stopped. I don't know.
How would she get in touch with you for bringing him over?
She would call. She would call, or, yeah, she would call my phone, or let Bradley know, or whatever.
How would you describe Tanya? Like, if you had to describe her to somebody, like, personality-wise, and who she is, what would you say?
She was pretty mellow, I could say, but kind of crazy. I don't know. Talking ghetto, that ghetto talk.
Did she
used to strip. That's what it was. She was a stripper or something like that. I never saw her, so I don't, you know, I just knew about what people say.
Where did, do you know where she used to strip at?
No, sir.
How long you been married?
You get this right, someone's gonna kill me. 2.5 years now.
Were you married before, or?
No.
Do you have a kid with anybody else?
I have several kids. We got 4 boys.
You have 4 boys. What are the ages?
What's Jose's name? I want to say 25.
Okay.
Jose's 25, Damien's 24. Joel's 17, and AJ's 9.
That's a big spread, man.
Yeah.
Pretty well, a little bit. One stone, man.
I started when I was young with the first 2. I was like 15.
Different moms, or?
Yeah.
All 4? All 4 different moms?
No, 3.
3? Which 2 have the same?
Jose and Damien.
First 25 and 24.
Yeah.
Close to that.
Yep. That was my first Saturday.
Is everybody local here, or they live anywhere else?
No, they're around. Just like I don't speak to them. Like, you know.
You have a Facebook account?
Yeah, I have a Facebook.
What's your name on your Facebook?
To be honest, I don't even know how it's on here. I don't even. My wife's the one that hooks all this shit up for me. You want to look at it?
Yeah, if you can show it.
When it comes to shit like that, I'm not a genius.
I'm asleep. I'm not a genius or something. Jose Antonio.
I don't remember. I don't know.
Do you ever post on here, or is it most?
I don't like. I'll be honest.
You share an account, or?
No, she got her and I have mine. But like I said, I don't.
No, that's what
Yeah. I want to post on. I let her do it for me, but she don't know how to do it. And she showed me 50 million times.
I'm the same way. I don't even have one, man. I can't even. friends with Tanya on here?
No, sir.
You're not?
No. How many people I have in here as family? A couple of friends. Not too big on that Facebook stuff.
Were you ever friends with Tanya?
Not on Facebook, no. She never.
When she would come over, excuse me, when she would come over, did she ever talk about, besides Mark, any other brother boyfriends besides her, Mark and Bradley?
No, sir.
Do you know Giovanni or Gio?
Gio.
Got a brother named Javi or Javier?
I know two Gios. One's a mechanic.
Do you know his name?
I don't know what Gio you're... Because the only Gio I know is Beachy's son. That's Giovanni Rivera. That's the only Gio that I know.
That's Giovanni Rivera?
Yeah, and then the mechanic Gio. I just know him by Gio, but I don't really know him.
Well, Giovanni Rivera is Peachy's son, right?
Yeah. See, okay.
How old?
22, I think.
So you got a brother?
Jacob, yeah. Jacob. That's Beachy's son too, yeah. Little guy.
And they live around here?
Yeah, they live in the same house.
Mechanic Gio.
And he fixes Hondas and stuff like that, but I don't really know too much about him.
You know, how old is he?
So older guy, I want to say he's in his 30s, I think.
30s. Do you know where he's from? Like
He lives here, I
he
guess.
lives here, but did he live anywhere else before?
I don't know.
You don't know? Don't know like
They're
that?
from Puerto Rico. We all Hispanic. That's where we all really come from. So I'm trying to be like
Okay. How long have you had that phone number you have? A long time?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
When was the last time you think you talked to Tanya?
Wednesday. She was supposed to bring your mom over Friday.
Meaning yesterday?
Yeah.
You talked to her on the phone or?
Yeah, it was on the phone. I talked to her on the phone. She had what was it that she asked me? She was asking about Jamar. If he can come over.
Tuesday? What is that?
I think it was Wednesday.
Would it be on a phone call?
I always delete everything. So unless they want to look on my phone, that's fine. Yeah, it was Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. It was Wednesday. I spoke to her Wednesday and Thursday. As a matter of fact, because I remember telling my wife when I got home, I said, hey, guess who found to bring Jamal over, he can come over.
What time did you speak to her on Thursday?
Let's bring in criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Jack Rice. Always great to have you on with both of us, Jack. And I have to start with this. I always delete everything. I find that any person, when they say it as a certainty, I always delete everything. I feel like saying to him, defendant, suspect, let's stop right there, because that's probably an untrue statement.
Well, we're seeing a whole lot of untrue statements here. And this is one of the powerful aspects of watching an interrogation of somebody, because what you then can do is prove a whole series of things. And when we realize the power that that interrogation does for the jury, because they get to listen to their own words and they can determine whether or not he's a murderer, but they already know he's a liar. And so you add those two together, it makes it even easier to convict.
Let me ask you this, Jack. What type of prosecutor were you? We were talking about styles of prosecution. Were you one of the fiery ones, or did it matter what type of case it was? Did that bring it out in you, or did you just sort of present the facts to show confidence in your case? What do you make of the style of prosecutors?
Michael, it's a great question. I wish that I was more consistent as a prosecutor and watching how this prosecutor is working. I was fierier because it's just who I am. It's who I am emotionally, but the only word that I would use to describe this is seamless. And this is what I mean, is that as a defense attorney, when I walk into a case where I have nothing, what I'm literally doing is I'm sitting next to my client and I'm waiting for the prosecutor to screw up. But if you think of this case like Machu Picchu, right? You think about those stones that are so tight that you can't slide a coin through them. You can't put a credit card through. You can't get your fingers into them. You can't climb this wall. This is the worst of all worlds. And that's what I think this prosecutor is doing so effectively, is you're giving the defense nothing to work with because they can't climb, move, shift, or try to wedge themselves in. There's nothing to wedge into.
You know, and you make a really good point. Your personality has to come through. You're more fiery. I'm certain neither of us would ever be fiery, Michael. I'm sure we'd be very pleased. I think all three of us would be, right? But to that point, Jack, how important is it? Because you want the jury to believe you as the attorney. You have to be authentic. But when you're defending someone like this, that there does appear to be really a mountain of evidence against, do you change your strategy in terms of how you present the defense?
You do, and you have to, because what you always do is you try to figure out the best way and the most effective way. And that's critically important, and something that you and I have talked about many times is it's far easier to ramp up than it is to ramp down. And so you have to be careful and controlled in terms of what you do. But there is this bigger question, and this is more of it's really about authenticity, and that's the word that I think you and I have used multiple times when we were together, about what's real, because juries can sniff out what's fake. They can.
All right, stand by. We're going to take a break here, folks. When we come back, we'll have more of the pregnant mistress murder trial and the defendant speaking to authorities on tape. Keep it here on Court TV, your front row seat to justice.
Welcome back to Court TV. We are in Florida for the pregnant mistress murder trial of Jose Soto-Escalera. He is accused of murdering his 23-year-old pregnant mistress after she allegedly refused to get an abortion.
And I'm Michael Ayala. Prosecutors say Tania Wise was also threatening to tell Soto-Escalera's wife about their relationship when she was killed back in 2018. I want to get you back in the court now, where we're watching video of the defendant's initial interview with investigators.
After, because I was home having dinner. Can I grab that? Yeah. Who's that? My wife freaking out. I'm with some nervous wreck right now. I don't know why.
And when she called you Thursday, around 8 at home, we have dinner, what'd she say?
No, she texted you guys are going to be home, so
She texted?
No, she called me and said, hey, Jamar wants to come over. I said, all right, cool. That's fine. And then, because I'll pick up AJ, I'll have AJ. And that was it. It was fast. I wasn't even on the phone with her, not even 3 to 5 minutes, I want to say.
What time did she get there with Jamal?
She never showed up.
She never showed up?
No, she never did. And I'm glad I didn't tell my son, because last time my son was kind of buttered. Oh, when is he coming over? So I just stopped. I mean, she brought him then. Well, he was there. She was supposed to bring him Friday, this Friday. But she never called or nothing.
Did you reach out to her?
No.
When's the last time you fixed someone's boat?
I was working on one of my buddy's Pete's bike.
Pete?
Yeah, but that shit. Matter of fact, they stole his bike. And then they recovered it, brought it over to my house. And they took it back because it was too much. I guess he salvaged it, so I don't know what happened after that.
How long ago was that?
About 2 months ago, I want to say.
Let me kind of just put this on the table. What we say in here is between us and here. Understood?
Yes, sir.
I'm not telling your wife anything. Okay? If you don't want to say certain things because you think it's going to get back to your wife or something like that, I mean, this is just us talking. I'm just saying here.
No, I hear you.
Because a lot of guys maybe sometimes with contact with other females, whether there's something there or not, their old lady may get a little jealous, so they may not tell the exact whole truth because they're trying to, you know, so when they go home, they got to sleep with that other girl that night, and nobody wants drama.
Trust me, I hear you. I hear you.
So, did you have any other involvement with Tanya?
No, sir.
None? No? Other than just watching her kid?
No. Nothing else. Just bring Jamal over. She hung out with us. Bradley would come over. And then they eat.
Those houses and fixed their money? Yeah. Have you ever gone to anybody's house and fixed their bike?
When you do fix bikes, is it just in your garage? Or
Yeah, they bring it to the house, change a tire, change, stretch it, or, you know, stuff like that. But she's never seen me work on anything. She probably heard that I know how to fix it, but never do that.
Although you know she used to dance, right?
Yeah, she was a stripper, that's what I'm saying.
That maybe you were the father of the child. There's no chance.
No, nothing to do with that.
Absolutely positive. No way.
No way. No way. If I was to do something like that, I would take responsibility for it. Like what happened with my first two.
I say you've done it before, right?
What?
Take responsibility.
Yeah, I got 4 kids from 3 different chicks, so if that was the case, but
would you have a problem giving a DNA sample to rule you out as the father of that child?
no, I don't care.
Would it be an issue?
So what were you doing Thursday night?
I was home. I went to fix a friend's battery. It was loose or something like that on his car, and I fixed it.
Who's the friend?
Andre? Yeah. Figueroa
that used to work with?
Yeah. It was it's a gray Demo. That's what it is.
Mitsubishi?
Yes, sir.
Where'd you do that at?
At his house.
Where's that?
Right there. I just know how to get that. I don't even know the name of the street.
Is it in Fort Pierce or?
No, it's Point St. Lucy's actually down the street from here. It's on Selvitz.
On Selvitz?
Yeah.
And you were there from what time?
I want to say 8-something. Almost. I think I was there for like an hour and 20 minutes because I remember I was getting fucking bit by mosquitoes. Like 9, almost 10 o'clock. 10? Yeah. I don't know exactly. I wasn't really keeping track of time. So.
In that time, did you call anybody or?
No.
Use your phone or anything like that?
So you were working on cars during that time?
Yeah, I was fixing the battery. It was loose or something. Something was wrong with it.
Is it running?
Oh, yeah, it's running. Just the terminal was just loose.
Are you friends with any guys at your work there? Are you friends with any of the guys that work yet? I mean, you've only been there a couple months.
Yeah, I know them from before, but I'm not tight. Like I said, I just go to work, do my job, get in and try to get out. Because my wife is a supervisor where I work at, so, you know, Jose damn favorite railroader.
You know what I mean, for a personal vehicle?
I drive a truck.
What kind of truck?
Ram truck.
Deny, deny, deny. He's saying all kinds of things we find out later are not true. But, Michael, why have this interview? Why not talk to an attorney and do things a little bit differently if you're facing these
Again, I think
charges?
they think it may make them look more guilty. But, man, this is what interviews are all about, locking you into a story that they know they can knock down.
Yeah, and they do. They knock it down piece by piece, which is what the prosecution is now showing this jury. Stay tuned. We'll have more of the pregnant mistress murder trial up next with more of the interrogation video.
Young mother found brutally murdered.
Now, the victim's boyfriend, a married father of 4,
Is charged for the murder of his alleged mistress and her unborn child.
The pregnant mistress murder trial. Live coverage today, only on Court TV.
Tonight on Closing Arguments, a married father of 4 faces the death penalty, accused of the unthinkable. We're diving deeper as the pregnant mistress murder trial gets underway.
Closing Arguments, tonight at 8, 7 Central, only on Court TV.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala. We are in Florida for the pregnant mistress murder trial.
Defendant Jose Soto-Escalera is accused of killing his pregnant mistress, 23-year-old Tania Wise. Prosecutors say he killed her after she refused to get an abortion and threatened to tell his wife about their affair. Let's go back inside the courtroom. We are still watching video. This is the defendant's initial interview with investigators, and we now know much of what he said so far is not true. Let's see what else he has to say.
What color is it? Right. You ever lend your truck out to anybody? You never lend it out?
No, I haven't. I don't.
Sorry, so you don't know what, I mean, the only two Giovannis or Gios that you know would be, one would be Peachy's kid, which he lives here, and he's got a brother named Jacob, and the other one's an older guy that fixes Hondas.
Yeah.
And you don't know where he's. And you wouldn't have asked Tanya to come over and dance.
Where am I going to do that? My wife gets a fit if I don't call her from here to where I live at. Give me a heads up, you're coming home, shit like that, so, you know.
So you wouldn't try to arrange something for two guys?
What am I going to do out of that?
Why we brought you in? Because Tanya's dead.
What?
Because Tanya is dead. We found her deceased Friday. And we've been interviewing everybody that has contact with her, so we're trying to iron out everybody's stories. Because there are a lot of things flying around, people saying stuff about other people.
It's always like that.
So that's why I'm saying,
It's crazy.
right now we need to be, I mean,
I don't got nothing. I'm doing everything.
like I'm saying,
Just telling you.
Yeah, it's kind of critical.
if anything between, even if there was, like I said, if there was nothing that you think is going to get you in your old age trouble, we're not saying nothing, okay? Because we want everything to come out now and be open.
I know what you're getting at.
But we don't care about petty stuff like that.
No, she's the one that's how we know about her. Listen, I'm trying to get I started going to church, so, you know.
So you're trying to turn your life, do a great thing.
Do a great thing, and so far everything's been good, so.
Did you know she was pregnant?
Yeah, Bradley.
Did you ever know her alive?
Just manipulate him, you know. Try to tell him, don't be falling in love with no stripper. It's all about. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. All right, well, learn the hard way.
And who's that with Bradley? Do you think she was manipulating Brad? Did you ever see them get into a fight?
I seen them argue before over the phone.
Anybody get into a physical fight? You ever seen?
No, I've never seen none of that. But she said one time, she did say he hit her. Yeah, that he hit her. Because this was in front of her house.
Was this separate from the time that the police were called?
No, this was after.
That's what I'm saying. There was a different incident.
Yeah,
right?
this was a whole different incident. Yes, sir.
Okay. So they got into it. She broke her nail.
Yeah, she said he had a broken nail. Yeah, my wife was with me. I remember that.
Do you remember when that was?
No, I don't remember. That's crazy, bro.
That was a fight with Bradley. With Bradley that time?
Yeah.
The other time you were talking, that was with...
That was when Black dude Mark. Yeah. Talked to and God knows what she did.
What do you mean?
No, I'm saying because she knows a lot of guys, so I don't know. Like, God knows what she's done. I don't know. I'm just saying.
You ever been with her? No? Ever had sex with her?
Hand to God.
There we go. I'm good. Y'all can ask me, like I said, y'all can ask me whatever. Whatever y'all need, I'm here.
You ever loaned your truck to her?
No.
You ever been inside your truck?
A long time ago when me and my wife went to Cheddar's.
The first one?
Yeah, the black dude.
So
We went to Cheddar's. Me, my wife, and her.
So she hadn't been in your truck since March?
No, she's never. That was the only time she was on my truck.
Okay, so I'm sure you watch TV and you understand about DNA, right? When was the last time you saw Tania?
I haven't seen her.
So there would be no reason to find your DNA out there, right? And you said you were willing to give a sample of your DNA?
Yeah.
Now, she was pregnant. Okay?
Okay.
And we're going to take DNA from the child who's also deceased.
Okay.
Right? So there's not going to be any surprises. We're going to have to contact you in a little bit and be like, hey, why is he coming
Y'all
back?
guys do whatever you gotta do.
But, I mean, I'm not going to be coming back to you in 6 weeks when I get the results back saying, hey.
Again, just telling things that are demonstrably lies doesn't make any sense to me. Still with us, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor, Jack Rice. Jack, I want to ask you about the charges in this case. He's got two first-degree murder charges, of course, one for the girl, one for the unborn baby, but also two second-degree murder charges. Why would prosecutors do that if they believe they have what I think we all said was a fairly strong case?
Well, in this case, Michael, they're always covering themselves, right? So they decided to go for the death penalty. That's one. But really what you have is you'll have those essentially lesser included. What happens if they can't get premeditation? What happens if they can't get a certain element? The last that could happen, the least and the worst that could happen is that he walks because they don't have that. So imagine being in the place where you have an intentional murder, a purposeful, intentional murder, but you didn't have premeditation. All of a sudden, it goes from that first-degree intentional, the premeditated, to that second-degree intentional. And what you have then is, if you don't have that, the potential for him walking is very real because the jury can't go anywhere else. So that's one of the reasons you have those lesser-included offenses. Sometimes it's more than just one, by the way.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Judge, when I see that, I question then the decision to go for the death penalty. And that was kind of my point.
Yeah, I think it's because of the 8.5-month-old. I do. I just feel like that's the reason for it. Jack, let me ask you, though, about lesser included, because 2 trials recently, we have seen the defendant-elect, Donna Adelson's one of those, that they didn't want the lesser included. They wanted all or nothing, so to speak, from that jury. Strategy-wise, is that something you consider, or do you think you stay away from that?
No, I agree completely. I do think there is something to this, is if what you're arguing, and I think about what Michael just said and what you're saying too, is this is a strategy question where you are talking about whether or not you really have the case, whether or not the state really has the evidence that they claim that they have. And if they go for the lesser, one of the concerns is that the jury may, dare I use this old phrase, split the baby. What the jury may do is they may say, well, we don't have this, or maybe we're not totally sure. Even if they are, they will say, we're going to go to this lesser charge for that reason. And so what will sometimes happen is that prosecutors will exclude the lesser charge to force that jury to really sit with this evidence, especially if they really think that they have it. Because the potential is you're walking away from that death penalty if you really, really, really want it. And they do in this case.
Yeah, they do. Strategy. It's all about the strategy. And I did misspeak. It's an 8.5-month pregnant woman, and the baby was killed as well. Just to clarify. Jack Rice, we're out of time. Thank you so much for being on.
All right, Jack, great to see you, my friend. Folks, stick around, because coming up, much, much more of this trial. So keep it here on Court TV, your front row seat to justice.
She was going to go get drinks for her son, for school, for his lunch.
Okay.
That's the purpose she left the house, because she had problems walking and everything because of her pregnancy. So she left just to get the drinks.
Okay. And was that the last time you ever saw your daughter, Tania?
Yeah, by the door, yes.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala.
And I'm Judge Ashley Wilcott. We are bringing you day one in our newest case in Florida, the pregnant mistress murder trial of Jose Soto-Escalera. He is charged with first-degree murder in the deaths of 23-year-old Tania Wise and their unborn child. Wise was 8.5 months pregnant at the time of her death.
According to court documents, a witness told investigators that Soto-Escalera gave Wise money for an abortion, and when she didn't go through with it, he became angry. I want to head back to court now, where the lead detective still here on direct examination.
What's up with you never had sex with her?
I'm straight.
Did you ever have sex with her?
No.
Did you have any kind of dealings with her outside of just friendship?
No.
Never had any kind of business dealings with her?
Never.
Never called her, let me ask you this. Because the reason that I got your number originally was because, do you know Michael? Michael or Elizabeth?
No, I don't know who that is.
Michael is Tanya's brother. Did you ever go by Tanya's mom's house?
Yeah. The day that I went to bring Bradley, matter of fact, yeah, I remember. I brought Bradley there because Bradley was calling her for the car. They got into a little scuffle. And I brought her to her brother, to the store, right there on Washington, D.C. Boulevard.
Tanya's family that Bradley was stalking her from down the road. You'd seen his car on her street.
How do I know that?
So you wouldn't have said that to anybody?
No, I wouldn't know that. I'd probably say he's probably a stalker, but I've never seen any of that.
So when somebody said that I should ask you about it, You don't know why?
No. I'm just being honest.
Well, since you said you'll do the DNA thing, we're gonna try to get you out of here real quick. I'm gonna go get that started. Okay, so do you need water or anything like that, man? You good? All right. You need to text your wife, tell her you're okay?
Yeah, I'm gonna call her right now. That's what I'm gonna do.
All right, call her real quick. I'm gonna get that started. All right?
Hey, I should be out of here shortly. No, they're asking me some questions about. They got me in some little interrogation room here. Yeah, that's what I'm not. I guess they want to get a DNA test or something. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, swab or something. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I just told them what they need to know. You guys are still here? Where's my truck? Okay. You know, I'm here. Man. Yeah, I told him everything. That's fine. I don't got nothing to do with that. I don't got nothing to do with it. There's a lot of people talking. For what? About what? You feeling better? Huh? Yeah, they're here. I'll call you in a little bit. At least I get chance to be home, so.
You have to spell your name for me again.
My last name?
First name first.
Jose J-O-S-E. Soto, S-O-T-O. Escalera, E-S-C-A.
E-R-A.
E-R-A.
Hispanic.
Yes.
Date of birth.
10/12/76. C-A-C-T-U-S.
Sir.
Yeah.
Is there an apartment number or anything, or is that out?
No, it's a house.
That's Port St. Lucie?
Yes, sir.
34953.
You got the cool job?
Yes.
Two.
Yes, two.
Tell me you poking me on damn needle.
Oh, no, sir. It's a swab. It's just a swab for the inside of your mouth.
No, that's how I know about that. That's how I found out my son was.
Yeah, it's the exact same.
That's how.
All right. Just verify all this from.
Can I take a picture of this if you guys don't mind? Or I'm not?
No, you're fine. That's fine.
We're going to finish yours.
Just verify your information is correct as I wrote it. That's an idiot. 10-1276, 2613 Southwest Cactus Circle, 34953. Today's August 25th. It's a little after 1641, which is 441. Down here it says, I, Jose Antonio Soto-Escalera, hereby voluntarily consent to the collection of buccal swabs of the inside of my mouth, by members of the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office for DNA testing. If you agree with that, just a signature right there. Date right here is 8/25.
Oh, there was something that I had to tell you guys too. His mom, Bradley's mom, called me this morning.
Just relaxing down a little bit. Rub that like that and go. Just want to slow down a little bit. There you go. Just relax. Rub it like that. This is our crime scene supervisor, Ms. Carmichael. She's going to conduct the swabs.
Like you said, painless. Don't have to stick your tongue out.